I'm not quite sure what companion of the bath means. I think, in a sense, I have to bath alone still. So this is companion of the bath in the military division, and it comes at the end of nearly 46 years in uniform, most of which I've been working to for Sky News. So I'm extremely grateful to my employer for letting me serve in the way that I have. So it's really great to have it. But I'm not quite sure what companion of the bath means. I think, in a sense, I have to bath alone still. This year is the 80th anniversary of VE Day, when victory came to Europe at the end of the Second World War. Here's everything you need to know. VE Day stands for Victory in Europe Day. But what exactly is it? To understand it, we need to go back to the Second World War. Following Germany's invasion of Poland in 1939, the Allied forces and Axis powers were locked in a bloody battle, estimated to have claimed between 70 and 85 million lives.
This country is at war with Germany.
The key players for the Allied forces were Great Britain, France, the United States, and the Soviet Union. Their enemies, Germany, Italy, and Japan. And where does VE Day come into this? After 6 long years of war, Germany surrendered on the 7th of May 1945.
This unconditional surrender has been achieved by teamwork.
The following day, the Allied forces officially accepted the German surrender, therefore giving us Victory in Europe Day.
The flags of freedom fly all over Europe.
Long live the cause of freedom.
But, and this is important, VE Day didn't end the Second World War. The conflict with Japan would rage on until their surrender after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, giving us Victory over Japan Day on the 15th of August.
Today is Victory in Europe Day.
Winston Churchill announced the end of war in Europe with a broadcast from Downing Street.
From early morning until late at night, tremendous crowds make their pilgrimage to Buckingham Palace.
King George VI also thanked the nation for their wartime sacrifices from Buckingham Palace. Thousands flocked to Buckingham Palace and spontaneous street parties broke out across the UK. And this historic moment has been a cause for celebration ever since. Across Western Europe and countries that were part of the Allied forces, different versions of VE Day have been marked with public holidays and annual commemorations. And this year is no exception. And what can we expect to see? Celebrations to mark 80 years since VE Day will take place between the 5th and the 8th of May. There'll be parties, poppies and processions on the programme. To kick off the landmark celebrations on the early May bank holiday, a military band will play 1940s classics and an actor will perform Winston Churchill's speech. There'll be a procession made up of 900 military personnel making their way from Parliament Square, through Trafalgar Square, under Admiralty Arch and down the Mall to Buckingham Palace. Of course, no British commemoration would be complete without a flypast, made up of military and historic aircraft alongside the famous Red Arrows. And the moment we'll be watching out for, that royal balcony appearance. After that, HMS Belfast, the most significant warship from the Second World War, will host a street party. Britons have been urged to organise their own street parties to mark the occasion, with barbecues and get-togethers to echo the celebrations 80 years ago. And that's just day one. Historic landmarks, like the Tower of London, will be lit up in a symbol of remembrance on Tuesday the 6th of May. And who remembers the striking poppy display there in 2014? Originally designed to commemorate 100 years since Britain's involvement in the First World War, some 30,000 ceramic poppies are set to make a return to the famous tower in the lead-up to the anniversary day.
Within 48 hours, the surrender terms were ratified in Berlin.
And on the Wednesday, to commemorate the newsflash announcement on the 7th of May 1945 that Germany had unilaterally surrendered, the Parliament Choir will host a concert in Westminster Hall. On the day of the 80th anniversary, Westminster Abbey will hold a remembrance service with the King, politicians and veterans' charities in attendance. There will also be a tea party for World War II veterans. Not to be left out, 10,000 members of the public will be treated to a concert where all the stars of stage and screen will join up with military musicians at Horse Guards Parade. And there they will evoke the thoughts and music of World War II. And it doesn't stop there. Acts of commemoration will reach beyond the UK shores, with beacons being lit at 9 p.m. You can catch a glimpse of one of the beacons being lit on the Thames at Tower Bridge. Alongside the jovial celebrations are the poignant undertones that this is a reflection of the cost of war. And at a time when the world is facing conflicts in places like Gaza and Ukraine, among other places, it is a chance for people to stop and think about that cost. So whether it be celebrations, reflection or remembrance, what will you be doing this VE Day?